Welcome to the Bodybuilding Banter podcast, your number one source of all things bodybuilding. Be sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date on future episodes. Now, here's your host, Leroy Rollins.
All right, people, welcome to an early morning episode of the Bodybuilding Banter podcast. At least for this guy, you guys could be listening to this at any time, but me and Jimmy here, we got out of bed, we're going to get it done. So, Jimmy, welcome to the podcast, my man.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me on the podcast, man.
Not a problem. Yeah, I'm excited. So, quick little background on my end. I actually went to high school with Jimmy. He's a little bit younger than I am. How old are you?
25.
Okay, so you're just a year younger. Anyways, we went to high school together, so we actually go way, way back. So this is super exciting to me because it's almost like catching up with an old friend at the same time because I moved. Life takes us different ways, so this is super exciting, man. So let's go back to high school. Jimmy's getting into the gym. How old are you? What got you into the gym? What was it like?
Well, I started pretty young. Whenever I was in grade 8, I started getting into boxing and stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
I wasn't really into lifting. I had a little Bowflex and that in the basement. So I'd go down there, do some boxing, do some some bench press, some arms, typical stuff that someone that gets into lifting does.
Yep.
But I didn't take my lifting serious until I turned about 17, and I discovered I discovered Hammer the Hammer. I actually did his program. That's what kind of taught me a little bit of the foundations.
Nice.
Absanity was the program that I did. And that's when I started taking it really serious. And that's when I started taking my nutrition really serious.
Right.
When I turned 17.
Okay. So you were very, very heavy in high school. What'd you weigh?
240.
240. And he's 5'6". So for you guys that are following Jimmy and see him now, remember that this wasn't the look he always had. I remember actually you got very lean in high school, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah.
I went down to, I think it was 170 when I was 17 or 175.
And that was strictly just eating good and stuff?
Yeah, I was doing the Absanity program that Amber released.
Yep.
It was when I was 17. So I was eating the typical foods, oatmeal, stuff like that, like whole food.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then did you enjoy that? Was that kind of your first initial spark of this whole fitness?
Spark, and it was just straight healthy foods, right?
Okay.
Healthy foods.
Yep.
So, and then after that, I kind of realized that there was more to nutrition. There was more flexibility. There was more leeway in nutrition. Because really, at the end of the day, when you're trying to lose weight, it's a deficit that matters, right?
Yep.
But yeah, that's what got me really into it was that program. It really sparked when I seen the results come. It was a spark. It ignited a fire in my head.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So after that, what happens? So you lose the weight, you're feeling good, you're looking good. Then what do you kind of do after that?
So from 17 to about 23.
Okay.
I pretty much maintained. I kind of fluctuated up a bit. I got probably, I'd say, around the 20% body fat, 25% body fat. I was up there higher than body fat.
Yep.
I went up to about 210-ish, 200, and I kind of maintained that. That was a comfortable weight, but I didn't really like how I looked at it. But
Yep.
I was working out I was strong at that weight. I was very strong.
Right.
Versus now, when you're in the deficit,
Yep.
prepping, you feel it. You start deadlifting towards the end of prep, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah. You're I'm getting small.
Yeah, you're like, this weight doesn't feel the same.
Yeah, for sure.
But I got to keep going.
Yeah, exactly. So Jimmy was supposed to do, for those locally in Ontario that are listening, you'll know the Coburg Naturals show. You've probably heard me talk about it, or if you follow my Instagram, you know that I had coached some athletes for it and all this kind of stuff. But anyways, that was the show Jimmy was intending to do, which was 2 weeks ago now, April 18th, I believe. So unfortunately, due to everything that's going on, that show got postponed. It's now in September, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. But anyways, how'd prep go? You prepped yourself, I believe, correct?
Yeah, I did. I prepped me and my cousin. He was doing the classic physique there.
Yep.
We trained together every day.
Nice.
We were brothers, man.
That's sick.
It brought us really close. We actually, I live in Toronto, and he we live together. So we were he had me on my game. if he was coming down, I was like, Kevin, no, come up here.
Yeah.
We pulled each other to, we held each other accountable.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. It brought us really close to the prep.
So run me through kind of how long was your prep? What was your weight change? How'd you feel?
So I started. I wasn't intentionally planning on prepping.
Okay.
I was just planning on getting lean, to be honest.
Yep.
I started in August, July, August-ish.
Sure.
I was at 230.
Okay. Wow.
So it was really high. I was up there in body fat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought I only had about 20 pounds to lose, but you always got to double that up usually.
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah, easily double. So I started at 230, but towards the end of prep on, I'd say mid-March, I was around, my lowest weigh-in was 178.
Wow, good for you,
so
man.
I went from 230 in August to about 178.
Wow.
Yeah, the beginning, the initial phase of the fat loss was fast, right? Because like whenever you go in a deficit, I find that I lose fat fast initially.
Oh yeah.
And then I have to, adjust my calories, do the refeeds and that, stimulate,
Yep.
all that stuff.
Awesome. And you did that all through like following If It Fits Your Macros and stuff like that?
Yeah, I did a flexible diet, but I tried to eat a lot of whole food,
Yeah, I saw.
Whole food is, it's loaded in micronutrients. And I told my cousin that, I'm like, if we're eating in a deficit, it only makes sense to maximize micronutrients.
Yep.
Right?
No, 100%. What was your training like? What was your split that you were following?
It was a bro split still. I still do a bro split. I've been doing that for so many years, like 10 years, man. I'm actually considering trying to change it up to some frequency.
Yep.
The studies show that frequency works better apparently. So I might give it a go. But it was a bro split. It was we trained chest on Monday, legs on Tuesday, arms, shoulders. Take the day off, and then we did back on Saturday. We do a refeed too. Nice.
So when you were 4 weeks out, you found out the show got canceled. What kind of ran through your head?
Well, I mean, I was a little disappointed, but at the same time, I mean, if it wasn't, it pushed me regardless, right? It pushed me to kind of put that goal and that date in mind and push me to get to that number, So, I mean, yeah, it's postponed and that, but I mean, there's always another time we can compete. It's not like it's, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. And I don't even know if Coburg will go on in September. I hope it does, man. But there's a lot going on, like the WNBF. I know they canceled a lot of shows over there in the U.S.
Yeah, they just pulled a couple in May. The one in May I was supposed to do, actually, they finally just canceled it or postponed it, I guess. But it was in New York, and New York's a hotbed for this right now, so it only makes sense. I'm hopeful, and most organizations, not only the CPA, IFBB, WNBF, NPC, are all very hopeful that come, August, September, October, things can go again. Whether it's still with restrictions of like number of, what's the word I'm looking for? People that watch, spectators. Whether it's number of spectators or not, but I don't know. I hope it does. And they do, because it's still a business, right? They're still losing a lot of money, especially when you get talking about the Olympian stuff. It's going to be potentially like millions of dollars lost, right? Money, right? For sure. So when you were training, people looking at you and being like, "Whoa, this guy's getting somewhere." Like, did you have a lot of people looking at you and giving you praise and that kind of stuff?
Me and Kevin, we went to new gyms in Toronto, all around Toronto. So we go to a new gym every time. And I had a lot of people approach me. They're like, "What are you doing? What do you like?" I had like lots of people. They'd come up to me and ask me questions. I'd always be informative, trying to educate them and stuff. Because if I didn't learn from people I learned from, I try to help other people that want to learn too. But yeah, I had a lot of people come up to me and be like, "What are you doing?" And I told them I was prepping for a show, and like realistically, this look is not, you can't look like this year round.
No.
It's not healthy. Trust me. Like towards the end of prep, I was feeling everything. I was feeling like sore. I was feeling tired, groggy. Edgy. Tired, sleepy. Everything irritates you, but you just gotta keep a positive mindset. That's the way I look at it, man. I had workouts that sucked sometimes, and like Kevin just, he pushed me. He'd be like, keep going, man. Like, we have good workouts, we have bad workouts. They all balance out.
That was probably really good to have, a partner in it all for sure, especially someone that was family, right? Like, I think if you have that opportunity to even like just do a good cut, whether or not you're competing or not, but just because it's not easy, right? And if you have someone that you can train with on a regular basis and just, message like, hey man, I'm pretty tired today. He's like, yeah, bro, me too. But like, we got this. Like, just that little shit can be such a difference maker.
Literally, yeah, it does. It really does. Like, even just a simple message like, hey man, we're going to kill it today.
Yep.
Today is our day. Well, today's shoulder day. It's going down,
Yeah. And then you just get your pre-workout and you're like, damn right, it's shoulder day. Let's go.
Let's go, yeah.
That's sick, man. That's awesome. So what was posing like? Because obviously in bodybuilding, that's the whole other side of it. It's one thing to just lose some weight and get peeled, but now you got to figure out how to actually display your physique. Did you find it challenging, or was it coming?
It's hard, man. Flexing and squeezing the muscles that hard, man, it's a workout on its own. I didn't realize.
It's a huge part of it that people don't think about, which is ironic because that's all it is on stage. No one gives a shit what your macros are, how much cardio you did. It's all how you display your physique, right? And there's bases of every pose, like you have your side chest, your front double bicep, all that kind of stuff. But how you pose and how I pose, because of our physiques, will be very different. And that's something that like you have to learn, or you'll get outposed and then you won't do well, right?
Yeah. I was actually planning on going to pose with the IFBB Pro Fidel Clark.
Yep.
Like, I was gonna go there. My one friend was giving me some posing tips. Like, we did some posing at the gym.
Yep.
Every week. And I was practicing my posing at home pretty frequently.
Good. Oh, my thing froze.
But yeah, I definitely need to work on the posing. That's one aspect that I need to focus on.
Yeah.
Going forward. For
sure. Am I frozen on your end?
Yeah, you're frozen.
What the hell? I don't understand. It did this the other day too. You can still hear me though, eh? Oh, now I'm back.
You're unfrozen.
It's weird. I don't know if because I dropped my laptop the other day, there's a massive dent in the top corner. I don't know if that's jacked with the camera or not, but whatever. We still going. We're still good. Okay, so talk about where you are now. So the show ended. What'd you do? Did you reverse out of it? Are you like chilling? How you doing?
So right now, my plan was to reverse out of it. I was gonna try and keep going and keep dieting, but honestly, I think it's detrimental. I think it's just going to be more detrimental than beneficial. And I mean, it's like you said, being super shredded, like, that's not maintainable year round. Being, it's just not.
No.
And you can't perform, you can't progress on lifts if you're that lean. In my opinion, that's how I feel.
No, I agree. I was, when I called off prep, I was about 164, 165. Which is about 10 or 15 away from stage weight. So I was probably like maybe 10 to 15% body fat. So still like I was getting lean, like I was vascular and abs were well visible and that kind of stuff. But I wasn't to the point where I was like shredded and felt like dog shit all the time. So right now I'm like 170. I reversed up about 4 or 5 pounds. And this look I can probably hold pretty comfortably for the rest of the year because I can't completely go back to off-season weight because by the time I get up there, I'm just going to have to diet again. And it's just going to be a waste of friggin' time. But no, you're right. Like if you were, like what'd you weigh when you stopped prepping?
177, I think.
So say you were 177 and on stage you were going to be like 168 to 170. Like 177 is like borderline you might be able to hold, but if you got any lower, then yeah, you would have had to probably start creeping back up like you're doing now. So no, that's smart. So how much weight have you gained back?
Honestly, I haven't gained any back, man. I up my calories a lot. I'm actually upping them today, this week.
Yep.
But yeah, my body is being really resistant to the calories. Like it doesn't want to gain.
What are you sitting at right now? Like what are you upping them today?
I'm gonna bring them up to probably 36.
Wow.
3,600, maybe a little bit more.
What were they when you stopped prepping?
So when I stopped prepping, it was an average of 2,800 calories.
Wow.
With high and low days. So I had my low days like 2,500 and my high days were 35. So
My
it was an average of 2,800.
my high days were 25. That's so funny. It's crazy though how everybody's so different. You know what I mean? Like people ask like, "Oh, what are your calories at?" And it's like me telling you doesn't do you any good because it's so different. Or like, "What's your macros, bro?" And it's like that's not applicable to you whatsoever. So what's it matter?
Yeah, it's not like a one fits all type of thing. It's all customization. Everyone's body's different and reacts different.
100%. And like even like show to show, like this would have been my 9th or 10th show, and like all my preps are somewhat different every single time. So even like person to person, your diet can change just based on how your body changes, right? So
yeah.
Okay, so you're climbing back out, holding the condition pretty good. Like 3,600 is a lot of food. Like there's no way you're really that hungry anymore,
No,
eh?
man, it's trouble. It's honestly I have to eat a lot. Like it's trouble eating 3,600.
Yep. Yep.
I was comfortable eating 3,000. 3,000 is a comfortable amount of food.
Sure.
Where I don't have to eat a lot.
Do you track in MyFitnessPal every day?
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
I've been doing that for probably 8 years, to be honest. Like MyFitnessPal.
Yep. It's fantastic. It's seriously like it's so easy
game changer.
Yeah, once you figure it out, it's so easy. Like I do it now just trying to get like I don't know, like I habitually basically eat the same foods every day, like some variants when I'm in the off season, but like I just like the consistency. I like what I eat, so it's not a hard thing. People are like, "Well, how do you eat the same thing every day?" It's like I like it. The only thing is you like cookies every day, and I like steak and potato.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyways, so moving forward for the rest of 2020, what are you hoping? What's the game plan?
I'm still like, I'm gonna reverse out for sure.
Yep.
I don't know about Coburg. I think I'll do it. I'm not too sure. Like I'm on edge with it because like I'm this whole thing like I'm laid off.
What do you do?
I work in Toronto with Hydro.
Oh, okay.
Hydro sales.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So right now, like I'm laid off, so there's not much going on. Like I'm just training. I'm trying to maintain. I have limited equipment, but like I have a barbell, so I'm really thankful for that.
Yeah.
I'm able to do deadlifts, squats, and stuff like that. So I'm just sticking to the compounds, the base.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, man. No, I was super stoked. Obviously, I was going to be there, so I was really excited to see you again, but also see you friggin' take that stage because you were looking unreal. And bodybuilding, like, unfortunately, like here in Canada, anyways, like the bodybuilding classes are always really small. Like, that's part of the reason why I'm doing like the whole Natty News and the whole podcast and everything like that to try to bring more people into the sport, just because like I love it so much. But like at shows, natural bodybuilding, the classes are always very, very small. It's always bigger men's physique and now classic physique. But to see you in bodybuilding, I was like, yes, finally someone like, and you look unreal. So I was stoked.
Thanks, man.
No problem.
Yeah, it would have been awesome. Like I was just looking forward to the event. I've never competed ever. So
yeah.
It would have just been cool to network with all the people that are involved in the same hobbies that we all love, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
Cool. All right, brother. Let's get into a little Q&A. Let's see. You sent me some, and we're gonna dive right in. What was your mentality during prep? And on that, how'd you stay so focused? You have any tips and tricks?
Yeah. So number one, how someone holds you accountable. So like I said, my cousin and me, like, it was constant, like, especially because we lived together, right? Like I seen what he was doing. So if he wasn't doing something right, I was like, Kev,
yeah,
we gotta do this. We gotta do this. We gotta do that. And then if I was doing something wrong, he'd be like, whoa, take a step back. We held each other accountable. The whole prep, I listened to a lot of motivational stuff like David Goggins, mindset stuff.
Yeah.
For me, my prep, it was more mindset than anything. It was I work out and I have a set number, like my workouts, they're structured, right? But like I did a lot of extra stuff. So like if I felt like I could keep going and I felt something, I'd just keep going. It was more of a like mental challenge for me working out.
Yep.
I tried to take it as a mental challenge, so try to push myself beyond that, pain barrier.
For sure, for sure. Did you have any moments where you're like, ugh, I don't know if I want to do this anymore?
I had workouts like that where I was like, man, like I'm not getting a good pump, like it doesn't feel good, like
Yep.
nothing, and then Kevin would, bring me up. He'd be like, come on, man, like yes, last shoulder day was amazing, and you're gonna let this stop you?
Yeah.
Come on, man, keep going,
Cool. That's awesome. General question: how to grow big arms?
So like the way I do my arm training, I do a lot of supersets, man. It's almost all supersets.
I love supersets for arms. I'm the same way. It's such a pump. Like, it's just instant.
Yeah. I do a lot of supersets and drop sets for arms. I love drop sets personally. Like I get carried away with them a little bit.
Get down to the fives, and you're just like, ugh.
I usually do like for like my first arm workout, I'll do like tricep push downs and alternating dumbbell curls, supernating.
Yep.
The wrist.
Yep.
And I'll usually do like some drop sets with it. I feel like drop sets are really beneficial for like growth.
It's interesting.
Arms, especially.
So you were doing a bro split, correct? You had an arm day?
Yeah, I had. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So now, did you do bi and tri when you did any other days, or just on arms?
Just on arms.
Okay. So, do you follow Keefe West, Kris Mccready? He was that transformation I posted yesterday.
Yeah, I do.
So he does arms every day. He's got this thing where he does arm day every day. So after his workouts, whether it's legs, back, chest, he'll do a little bit of bicep, a little bit of tricep every single day. And his arms are insane. So just for me, like observing now, like you do like one killer arm workout, like he hits arms a lot. I used to just like tack on biceps after back and triceps after chest. So there's got to be something to just like still sticking to that arm stuff, because you know what I mean. The old bro science might be shining through, because guys that have good arms like yourself seem to really wreck them. So might be onto something.
Yeah. For shoulders, actually, it's funny that you mentioned that. During the prep, I did shoulders once a week, but I did touch them up towards the end of a few workouts.
Yeah.
So I do a few sets, 2 sets of light side raises.
Yep.
To try and tuck them up, and I actually think they did grow. If you look at the picture of before and after, I think they did, like, they look more round.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Next one, man, this is a good one because you talked about like the deficit and stuff. Are carbs making me fat? Someone asked you that, which is a silly question, but kind of quickly talk about the whole deficit thing and carbs are your friend and all that stuff.
Yeah. A lot of people think they're your enemies. Like, even at my work, like, I had to educate half of my work about carbohydrates. They were not even eating. They all ate salads, man.
Yeah.
And salads and meat, and they're like, no, carbs are bad. I'm like, no, carbs are good. You just need to utilize them properly.
Yep.
But carbohydrates aren't bad. You just need to be. You're not gonna gain fat from carbohydrates. If you're in a deficit, you're gonna lose weight.
Yep.
It's inevitable.
Yep.
Yeah. Carbohydrates, they're your friend. You got to utilize them. When I was working out and I would do my refeed days, like, that's utilizing carbs to your advantage, really.
Yep, 100%.
You feel fuller the next day. You look big. I feel fuller. I look better.
Yep. No, 100%. Then they asked too, your pre-workout meal. What would you usually have?
My pre-workout meal is pretty simple because I work in an office, right? So I just have some oatmeal and some whey, maybe some berries and some cinnamon on top.
Nice.
Keep it pretty simple, like 30 protein, around 60 carbs, 10 fat.
Yep. Did you find that meal like digested well and you were ready to go afterwards?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I usually ate it about, like, I had a pretty good like timing. Like, I finished work at 4:45, so I'd eat it at 4, and I get to the gym around like 5:30.
Yep. That's the thing too, is for those listening, you got to play around with that stuff, because I definitely am a big believer in like pre and post workout nutrition. I think there should be a lot of kind of emphasis placed on those meals, and it's finding what works. Because for me, for example, I find rice. If I have rice before workout, it's pretty good. I find a good pump from that, good energy. Clearly for you, a little bit of oatmeal and stuff works like a charm, and as long as you need to have it, make sure it digests well, because you don't want anything heavy in your stomach, right?
Yeah.
And obviously the whey, that's an easy digesting protein. I would usually have like chicken and rice, and I find chicken digests pretty well for me. So cool. What about post-workout? What were you having afterwards?
Post-workout, my go-to thing for years was a shake, man. I'd have this super shake. So I'd have like protein, like a ton of spinach, berries, like a cup or two of berries. So usually 280 grams of berries, a banana. I throw some turmeric and ginger in there for anti-inflammatories.
Wow.
Some salt and pepper too. For pepper, I guess helps increase absorption with turmeric, and then I put some salt for salt. Salt's always good.
Yep.
After a workout.
Wow. Tricks of the trade, eh?
Yeah, and then like towards the end of prep, I was eating whole food just because I found it more filling.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I did that shake for probably 4 years.
That's awesome. Did you just like come up with that, or did you read about that somewhere?
Well, I read up about turmeric just with the anti-inflammatory benefits of it.
Yep.
Same with ginger and stuff like that, and I know it's really good for just overall health in general.
Yep.
So I started using it, and I feel like it actually helps with the inflammation, especially
awesome.
when you combine it with pepper.
Sweet. All right, man. And what are your favorite? I don't know. Just do like top 3 meals, like go-to healthy meals. What do you love?
So my French toast, man, with egg whites. That's one of my favorite meals.
I think
you on it, man.
You've posted that.
Some berries.
Nice.
Yeah. Second favorite meal would probably be my protein pizzas, which I make with pitas.
Okay.
So I'll put like spinach, a little bit of tomato sauce, some low-fat cheese, some chicken, a ton of spinach. Usually I'll have a salad on the side too.
Yeah.
Just to keep me full.
Yeah.
And third meal, probably oatmeal, man. I love oatmeal.
It's so funny. Like
nothing better. Like, I love a warm bowl of oatmeal, man.
Yeah, like I was after prep last year. I was over oatmeal. I was, I could care less to ever have a bowl of oatmeal again. Now, like oatmeal's back in my life, and yeah, every morning, bro, I like cinnamon, blueberries, chocolate protein. I'm just like, oh, this is so good. How do people not like this?
It's like a healthy cake almost.
Yeah, it's delicious.
It's literally like a healthy cake.
Yeah, and you get so fancy with it. You can change it so easily, and it's just awesome.
Yeah. You change the flavor of your protein. You combine a different berry. It's it's a completely different meal. Like blueberries. Yeah. Right
on. All right, dude. I appreciate you coming on the podcast, man.
Thanks a lot, Leroy, man. Hopefully we'll see each other. Hopefully Coburg goes on in that, man. And thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, no problem. We'll be in touch for sure. I appreciate all the support on not only the podcast, but the page and everything like that, man. I wish you all the best, not only in bodybuilding, but wish you to be healthy and stay safe in these crazy times.
You too as well, really, bro. Thanks a lot, man.
Plug your
Plug
your Instagram, brother. Where can people find you?
So my Instagram is Jimmy, Jimmy, Leiva, Leiva, bodybuilding.
Sweet. So that'll be linked down below, guys. You can go give him a follow, show him some love, and I think you have some transformation photos up, don't you?
Yeah, I have a transformation video. I'm actually working on a really detailed video.
Sweet.
Like a much better video.
Awesome. Yeah, that'll be good for people to see, because the lengths that you've come, my man, are very impressive, and you should be very proud. So kudos to you, brother.
Thanks, man.
All right, man. You have a great rest of your day. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next podcast.